A garden is a place of joy, a sanctuary from the bustle of modern life. It connects us to the soil, to the seasons, and to something real, but our connection is often made through our tools. They are the extensions of our hands, the means by which we shape and nurture our green spaces. A sharp spade makes digging a pleasure, not a chore. A clean, oiled pair of secateurs snips a branch with satisfying ease. These tools are our partners in the garden. When they work well, the whole process of gardening feels lighter, more fluid, and honestly, infinitely more rewarding. It allows us to focus on the plants themselves, not on a frustrating battle with a blunt edge or a wobbly handle. Good tools, working as they should, are also kinder to our plants. A clean, sharp cut from a pair of secateurs will heal quickly. There is a deeper, more personal satisfaction that comes from caring for your implements. It is a quiet ritual. It slows you down and connects you to the very act of gardening. These are not disposable items. They are companions on our gardening journey, some of which may have been passed down through generations. To care for them is to honor that history. Every gardener has faced them, those familiar frustrations that can bring a pleasant afternoon of pottering to a grinding halt. Perhaps the most common villain is rust. It creeps in silently, often after a tool is left out in the rain or put away damp. At first, it is just a light orange dusting on your spade or fork. Left unchecked, it pits and weakens the metal, making it brittle and rough. Rust not only looks dreadful, but also creates friction, making it much harder to slice through the soil. Next, we have the dreaded loose handle. You go to swing a hoe or dig with a fork, and you feel that telltale wobble. It is not just annoying, it is genuinely dangerous. A tool head that flies off its handle can cause serious injury. Then there is the issue of dullness. A blunt blade is a gardener's enemy. Your secateurs crush stems instead of cutting them. Finally, we have the specific troubles of more complex tools. Pruners and loppers can become jammed, their moving parts clogged with sticky sap and dirt. The best way to fix a problem is to catch it early. This requires a little bit of observation. Make a habit of giving your tools a quick look over before and after you use them. It need not take more than a minute. Start with the metal parts. Look for the obvious signs of rust. Run your finger carefully along the blade of your spade or hoe. Feel for burrs, nicks, or a rounded edge that indicates a loss of sharpness. A truly sharp edge will have a distinct, clean angle. Now move on to the handles and joints. For any tool with a wooden handle, grip the head and the handle firmly. Try to wiggle it. For tools with moving parts like secateurs or loppers, test the action. Do they open and close smoothly? Or do they stick and grind? Testing for sharpness is a simple affair. A good test for secateurs or shears is to try cutting a single sheet of paper. For a spade or a hoe, you can simply see how easily it sinks into the ground. A sharp spade should slice into turf with satisfyingly little effort. Once you have identified a problem, the fix is often wonderfully straightforward. Let us begin with rust, that persistent foe. For light rust, a bit of vigorous scrubbing with a wire brush or steel wool will usually do the trick. For more stubborn rust, you may need to soak the metal part in white vinegar overnight. Sharpening a blade sounds intimidating, but it is a simple skill to learn. For a spade or a hoe, clamp the tool securely in a vise. Then push the file along the edge, always moving it in one direction, away from your body. Follow the existing angle. A few firm, steady strokes are all it takes. For those wobbly wooden handles, the solution depends on how loose it is. If there is only a slight wobble, you can often fix it by soaking the head of the tool in water. For a more permanent fix, you will need a small metal wedge. Hammer the wedge into the top of the handle where it meets the tool head. Finally, the secret to keeping all your tools in good working order is routine care. After every use, take a moment to scrape off any mud, then wipe the tool down with an old rag. Once clean and dry, apply a thin layer of oil to all the metal surfaces. This creates a protective barrier against moisture and prevents rust. Modern power tools have made many tough garden jobs much easier, but these machines need a slightly different kind of care. The heart of any cordless tool is its battery. Treat it well, and it will serve you for many seasons. The most important rule is to follow the manufacturer's instructions for charging. Avoid leaving a battery on the charger indefinitely after it is full. Before you begin to clean or inspect any power tool, ensure it cannot accidentally start. For a cordless tool, this means removing the battery pack completely. Once it is safe, you can clean the tool. Use a stiff brush to clear grass clippings, leaves, and dust from the air vents. Blocked vents can cause the motor to overheat. Check the electrical contacts on both the battery and the tool for any dirt or corrosion. A quick clean with a dry cloth can sometimes solve problems instantly. However, it is crucial to know your limits. If your tool is making strange noises or will not run after basic checks, it is time to seek professional help. To make tool care a natural part of your gardening life, it helps to establish a simple routine. You do not need a rigid schedule, just a rhythm. A good practice is the clean and away rule. After each gardening session, take 5 minutes to scrape, brush, and wipe down the tools before you put them away. Then, perhaps once a season, set aside an hour or two for a more thorough checkup. This is the time to do your sharpening, oiling, and handle tightening. When replacing tools, it is tempting to buy the cheapest option available. I would urge you to resist this temptation if you can. A well-made spade with a forged steel head and a solid ash handle will feel better in your hands and will last a lifetime with proper care. Think about which tools you use the most. For most of us, that would be a spade, a fork, a trowel, and a pair of secateurs. These are the core implements of gardening. Look for tools that feel balanced and comfortable in your hands. Hold them in the shop. Feel the weight and the grip. Ultimately, caring for your tools is about fostering a better connection with your garden. It is a quiet, satisfying process that saves you money, reduces waste, and makes gardening more enjoyable. With them in hand, you are ready to create, nurture, and enjoy the wonderful green space that awaits you just outside your door.